welcome back to Top 5 Podcast. Today I've got Tom Bellman and Will Case with me. We are going to be discussing the top 5 conspiracy theories. First of all, I'll let the boys introduce themselves. Keep it short. We all know each other from university. We still talk, best year group to ever grace Purbeck calls. But yeah, Tom, you want to introduce yourself first, mate?
Hello, I'm Tom, Colum's friend from uni.
Hi everyone, I'm Will from Sussex. Met Colum at uni.
Why does it sound like it's on a dating profile? So, top 5 conspiracy theories. We'll start off with Tom. What are your 5 that you've got in your head at the moment?
So do you want me to just rattle them out, or do you want me to...
We'll try and get the top 5 out of all of them.
So, my favourite one is 9/11.
Yeah.
A wild sentence. You need to.
Yeah,
Well,
that's bad, man.
My favourite conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Is the 9/11 one.
Yeah, got you.
I think that's everyone's, isn't it?
I think it's the classic, isn't it? Like it was
most controversial.
Yeah. Well, like it's the most controversial. Okay, hang on. I'll tell you the other 4, and then we'll go into it.
Oh yeah.
JFK.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, when you say JFK, what do you mean?
Oh, right. The assassination of John F. Kennedy.
So who do you think? What's the conspiracy?
Oh, that he was killed by the government.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't necessarily think that. That is the conspiracy.
Yeah. Just so some people might not know what the conspiracy theory is.
Yeah. Reptilian people.
Yeah, David Icke. Shout out.
Space is a good one. Just the fact. Well, just people who think space doesn't exist, and it's all it's basically like a big screen.
Yeah.
We're a big screen, and someone's watching over us in like a lab.
Yeah. Just one geezer.
Yeah.
And
just
then the one I thought of earlier, which is quite good, is chemtrails. Chemtrails are like the drag of an aeroplane that you see that looks like a long cloud, and people basically believe that that's chemicals that the government like spray into the sky to control your mind or the weather.
Yeah.
Fun.
I think I'm probably along the same lines. They're in like a top 5, but the one that I'd have to throw in the mix would have to be moon landing.
It's July 20th, 1969, and man is about to land on the moon.
Flat Earth documentary. Was it on the BBC or was it on YouTube?
I think I watched a bit of it.
It's like there's a video. I'll put the clip in here.
So as far as what's underneath this, I don't know. Could be this thickness. It doesn't even have to be that thick because we can only drill down 8 miles. Heck, if this is only 50 miles thick, we don't know. So it could be this sort of dimension.
Like he means it. There's no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shall we break down flat Earth?
All right.
Start there.
Let me read my 5, and then.
Oh yeah, go on.
So I've gone for a topical one, and I read up a bit on this today because a friend, shout out Joe, sent me something, or basically got me thinking about it. It's have you seen the link between 5G towers and Corona?
I read a little bit today as well.
No.
Right. So obviously,
Oh, you haven't?
5G is rolling out across the world pretty soon.
Right. Okay.
Step up from 4G. And people are convinced that it has a link to Corona.
What's that link, Colum?
So the link I've read is that it can cause flu-like symptoms if you're near a 5G like reception tower.
I've read 2 things, and I just would like to read them out.
Have you seen the one? Apparently, they started designing the whole process in 5G in Wuhan.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
One of them says 5G suppresses the immune system. BBC article reference.
That's a BBC article.
Yeah. It says one falsely suggests 5G suppresses the immune system, and the other falsely claims the virus is somehow using the network's radio waves to communicate and pick victims, accelerating the spread. Have you seen people are burning them down?
Yeah. One, but only in the UK.
Yeah. God, we're a special breed. They're just trying to make your phone signal better.
I'm reading a website here that's saying that like, oh, there's a clear link because they've been built in Wuhan, and that's the link. Yeah, like they're like, at the time the outbreak was a comparative spec. It had claimed 9 lives and infected 444 people, almost all of them in the Chinese city of Wuhan. In the meantime, at a similar time, 5G cell towers had been built around Wuhan. Could the two be related? I think so.
The other one's, David Icke. I think he calls it lizard overlords, but he calls us sheeple. So like,
Sheeple, that's it. We're sheeple, yeah.
we just follow the lizard overlords, which is mad.
We should give background on David Icke, though, who he is.
David Icke's an ex-professional footballer, and he got arthritis at like an early age, so he had to stop playing. He went on TV and I don't know if I got this right time. He confessed himself as God or a Messiah.
No, so he went on the Wogan show, and he said he's like a son of Godling.
Claim that you claim to be the Son of God. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that it's quite funny, really. 2,000 years ago, had a guy called Jesus sat here and said these same things, you would still be laughing. It's really, really funny that we've not really moved on that much.
He thinks it's royal families, like European royalty and governments around the world, are all these lizard people that live inside our hollow Earth. He also thinks the Earth is hollow.
I hope it's true.
Well, he thinks that we're people. He thinks that we're none of us are from Earth, so the Earth was just a hollow sphere, and that the lizard people and us are aliens that have just been on the planet for millions of years. It's one of the best conspiracy theories ever, and it's born from Reddit, which we all know is the greatest website in the world.
Oh, it's my favourite.
So Australia doesn't exist.
Okay.
This one is the silence.
Half of Bournemouth have gone there, so.
Apparently, it was invented by the British to kill convicts rather than send convicts there. So they think we just sent convicts off into the sea and then basically crashed the boat or whatever and just killed them off. But said we were sending them to this place, this massive prison. And nowadays, people like pilots, airports, travel, anyone to do with higher up in travel are all in on this conspiracy.
Are they all lizards? Are they all lizard people?
So when you're flying to Australia, you don't actually fly to Australia. You fly around and fly to South America and end up in somewhere like Chile, which is Australia.
But Chile, they speak Spanish, don't they? Not fucking mate.
So Australian, give us your best cunt.
Oh, okay.
They think it's either Chile or certain islands around South America, which are
That'll be a big fucking island. That island being Australia.
No one's discovered that Australia is not true. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But no one's gone got in a boat and landed. Yeah. And been like, oh, that only took a couple of hours.
Favourite one about the flat Earth, and I think it's probably the same documentary you were talking about earlier, Colin.
Yeah.
They set up this experiment to try and prove it's real, where they put a camera in one position and then they put a camera receiver much further away, and to prove that the line would be straight. And he basically can't line it up straight and has to turn it or has to move it so it curves, and he's just turns around to the camera .
This is one of the ones that started to convince me is that Paul McCartney's dead.
So started to convince you, Colin?
I mean, I know he's not dead, but I read it and I was like, fucking.
Well, you don't know he's not.
Well, it's quite mad. So basically, they said he died in 1966. And first of all, they tried keeping it covered. So nobody wanted it, even conspiracy theorists is what this website said, tried to keep it covered up. So nobody would know. Because they got a replacement in who was a lookalike, and they taught him to sing like Paul McCartney and act and all this shit. But they left clues in album covers. So on Abbey Road, He's the only one barefoot and he's out of step with the other three. That one's a reach. That's a proper reach. That.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm the singer. I want to be different.
Listen to this one.
Yeah.
So
Singer mentality, man.
the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, right? That album, they claim it has loads of clues in it. So lyrics in A Day in the Life featured "He blew his mind out in a car," a recorded phrase of "Paul is dead, miss him," which becomes evident only when a song is practiced.
I've heard that. I've definitely heard that.
There's another thing saying Lennon also mumbled "I buried Paul" at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, although he later denied there was any hidden meaning in the lyrics. What he was actually saying was cranberry sauce.
About 19 kids.
Whoever took over that gig though has had a blinder.
Oh,
just going from like your average Joe to a rock star overnight.
Mate, it's not one person; it's loads of them.
Oh, is that what it is? It's loads of people, is it?
Apparently, it's one or more.
Right. Okay.
The last one I've got is aliens helped to build Stonehenge and the pyramids.
Right.
So this is because it's like, how did they possibly build the pyramids with our knowledge of their technology at the time, right?
It's more so. I mean, even if you listen to that F-64 from Akala.
No.
Probably.
You saw it's like the Great Pyramid alone, 2.3 million stones. If you took them apart, placed them in a row, they would stretch 2/3 of the way around the earth. That is more stone than there is in every single British church. Each stone cut to a degree of accuracy of 1/1000th of an inch. Well, what does that mean? In 1978, the Japanese ran an experiment to rebuild them with modern technology and failed terribly. But
they didn't have wheels.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Stonehenge. I'm not really sure about that one, but the stones that were for the Stonehenge, they're only found in Wales or something, like right at the other side of Wales. So how do they get them from there to where the Stonehenge is now without wheels?
Agree on 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then a 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, 5th. Paul McCartney's being dead.
Yeah.
No.
Stick him in there.
What we've just chatted about for the last 10 minutes is
we say
the moon landing one for me. Like, I could easily get convinced in 10 minutes with that one.
I was convinced.
Yeah, man. Like,
and perhaps still am. I can't really remember.
You had 2 sentences to convince me that the moon landings weren't real. What would you got to do?
Wind in the flag.
Yeah, wind in the flag.
Yeah.
4 shadows.
Okay.
So, like, which mimicked a film set, basically, because NASA said that there was one light from the lander, and then there was one light from the sun. So, really, only 2 shadows should have been created.
That's quite. But why did they do it?
The thing is, we say this is a good argument. Pardon?
Space race. That's all.
Oh, space race. Yeah.
To be got into space, and America needed to do something bigger.
I think fifth has got to be the moon landings, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's put that in there.
No.
I don't know, it's probably high. It probably is.
I'd say top 3, man. That's huge.
Yeah. All right, put Paul McCartney 5 because that's just funny.
Let's just stick Paul McCartney at 5 because we don't have anything else at the moment.
Rest in peace.
I've got
we've got Paul McCartney 5th. And like a moon landing 3rd. I'll give you that because everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. That is true.
What about number 4?
Well, Flat Earth.
Yeah. Flat Earth is
outrageous.
That just went so big after that documentary.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I just refuse to watch that.
There's still thousands of people, like thousands. I'm going to say tens of thousands of people, maybe hundreds of thousands of people who still actually believe that the Earth is flat.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of them are American.
Yeah. I mean, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 flat Earth, 3 moon.
Let's check these out.
I can never believe Loch Ness because it's always like a couple of sticks floating, or like it's taken on a 1920s camera that has to be stood still for 4 days to take a photo. But
Yeah.
Bigfoot sightings, right? I'm diving into the rabbit hole.
Oh god. The thing is, though, and this goes to all of what we're talking about. We can't categorically say that it's not true.
yeah, right. Have a look at this. Look at
I've investigated Bigfoot.
right there, right? You can see the eye hole.
That wasn't that taken in like the 70s, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be that guy's identity.
Mm.
That, like, I'm the Bigfoot guy.
Yeah.
Or to everyone else, you're that fucking mental guy that lives in the woods.
Yeah. That's like one of the main ones in this conspiracy. Like that photo.
Oh, they're coming for you, Colin.
FBI, open up!
JFK's got to be.
Yeah. Can we have
It's not
6?
JFK.
It's a film, but it's factually correct in this film. I think it's called JFK, the film. Like there's a scene, and it basically explains the route that the bullet would have to take to because it was 1 bullet was shot or 2 bullets were shot maximum, and it was like explaining the route that the bullet would have to take to make all of the entry and exit holes in the 3 people that it killed / injured.
Yeah.
And like it's just mental. Like it's not possible.
And he would have had to have shot like once every 1.5 seconds or something like that. Something insane.
It all kind of ties back to the Illuminati thing, because the other one that I've heard is that basically people say that JFK was not doing what he was told in terms of legislations and decisions made, and he was and one this like also ties into one we haven't talked about, which is Diana.
Yeah.
Same principle, like wasn't doing what they were told, was going against the preference of the whatever it is establishment, and so they popped them.
I think JFK's got to go second, then, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Then first, 9/11.
Oh God, we haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah.
I mean, 9/11. Like the standard stuff that everyone says is the building next to it fell, right? The one with all the government records. It fell like a controlled demolition, and basically the government have never come out and said why. Officially, have never come out and said why it fell down. Like
it's not in their report, is it?
It
was all the other ones to fund a war in Iraq, right? To get the population on side, to go to
That's
Iraq.
the most likely one.
To get as much oil as you possibly can.
Yeah. Bin Laden did used to work for the government, the US government. He was an informant of some description. My other favourite one is that 2 weeks before the attack, the whole buildings were evacuated. Nobody knew why, and a bomb squad was the only people allowed in there for like 6 hours, and they went through the whole 2 buildings. Yeah. I think some dodgy shit happened. Yeah. I used to fully believe that it was a complete setup, and that it was done by George Bush and the American government so that they could start a war in Iraq for oil.
Yeah.
Which some of me still does believe, but then.
But the thing is, as a part of 9/11, you've got to remember that like 9/11's the bit that was famous. There was like, I don't know how many planes were up in the sky that day that got hijacked, but it was a lot.
Yeah. Out of any conspiracy theory, I think is the one that is the most believable. Everyone
100%.
Everyone you speak to in the UK, anyway. Maybe not so much in America, but nearly everyone in the UK seems to go, "There's some weird shit that went on there." What's interesting, right, about our top 5 is that out of the 5. 4 are basically all based around America, or have sort of been brought, like obviously 9/11, JFK, moon landing, flat earthers pretty much birthed from America. Am I right? I think.
100%.
And then Paul McCartney. I mean, we can probably take claim for that one.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
I think we could easily swap that out as well. To be honest, that came in there because we didn't know what would be 5th.
Yeah.
I'm disgusted that Australia not being a real place isn't in there. That's fucking.
Oh, that's also funny. That sounds American.
How long did you spend out in Oz?
Month.
No, you weren't there. It wasn't Oz.
Sorry, yeah, no, I was in Chile.
Yeah.
They just stick a VR on you when you're stepping out the plane and you're in.
Bloody great. So top 5. 5th, Paul McCartney being dead. 4th, Flat Earthers. 3rd, the moon landing's been fake. Number 2, JFK being assassinated. Number 1, 9/11.
Yeah, I think that's solid.
I think that's
Solid, yeah.
Special shout out to Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, Australia not being a place. David Icke. I mean, you can't.
David Icke.
Conspiracy thing about,
Rup,
Wait.
my man.
We didn't even mention the guy that didn't kill himself. Fuck.
Kurt Cobain.
No.
Anyway.
No, the guy that was like a paedophile that had his own island.
Richard Branson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Epstein.
All these memes that are going around for ages.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein. Yeah.
Because you've got, in that topic, you've got Jeffrey Epstein, Tupac, Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Celebrity. Well, then Paul McCartney can't live in our 5.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. 5 is Paul McCartney,
Bigfoot.
etc. Like, we're talking
Yeah, fine. There we go.
Michael Jackson, Tupac, Biggie, Jeffrey Epstein. All these
Dead
people.
celebs.
All the deaths.
Yeah.
Were apparently seen on desert islands somewhere.
There we go. Do you reckon they're all together?
Yeah, probably. It's just they probably call it like, I don't know.
Australia.
So yeah, big thank you to Tom and Will for coming on today and chatting about top 5 conspiracy theory. It's been good. If you guys enjoyed it, share the video, like it, comment underneath if you disagree or agree. Any views, opinions are of our own and don't give out to anything else. So yeah, if you don't like it.
Yeah, and sorry if we've offended anyone.
Nah, you're right.
Yeah.